Back again. This one is also a fact video. It's about the death penalty. I strongly disagree with this. I do not believe in the death penalty. However, because I think that other people are just laying it on thick as to what they don't and don't believe in, I've decided to make it a fact video instead because, well, I don't want to put my opinion out there that everyone else already knows. So, first one is taxpayers do pay to execute someone. It's not cheap. And the common misconception that, oh, to put somebody to death is cheaper? No, it's not cheaper because you have to get rid of the body. You have to cremate the body or whatever you do with the body. You have to tell the families. You probably have to pay the family. I mean, come on. And you have to pay to have all this fucking equipment to put this person to death. It's fucking expensive. None of that shit's cheap. So California spent 4 million taxpayer money on the death penalty in 2011. California spends 184 million each year. In other words, as in current each year, 184 million, and they want to spend another 1 million in the next 5 years. That should tell you something. Too fucking expensive to be legal. Anyway, there is no evidence the death penalty deters crime. States without the death penalty have lower murder rates. Conveniently enough, the southern states of the United States have the death penalty and have an extremely high rate of murder. So, that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will. Alright, so next one is innocent people have been convicted and put to death. Evidence shows that 4 men were put to death and may have been innocent. Now, this just tells me that they did a crappy fucking system. Okay? If you put somebody to fucking death and didn't even take the time to figure out if they were really innocent or not, that's on you. It's not on anyone else. It's on the fucking people that sentenced them to that. You need to take the time and figure this shit out before you fucking put somebody to death that doesn't deserve to be put to death. That's why I do not agree with the death penalty. But enough of my opinion. Alright. Race does determine. Most cases with race, mainly blacks, I hate to say it. I'm not a racist person, just so everybody knows. I was not raised that way. I'm not racist. But the facts do show that most blacks that are put through trial, or Mexicans, or whatever, most of them are sentenced to the death penalty, mainly because of their race, or because they do this, or because they do that. That, again, revolves around race. Uh, Most people that murder blacks don't really get away with it. Like, get away with it. Away with murder. I don't understand that. I don't understand how race can still play a part in that. This is 2015. Guys, get with the fucking program. So, the next one is the death penalty is applied at random. Politics, legal counsel, and jurisdiction are the determining factors, not the crime or the evidence of said crime. That should tell you another freaking theory of how bad our court system is. They're taking into account something that doesn't even need to be taken into account, and putting the evidence and the crime itself off onto the fucking back burner. It's not. Do you see any unfair trials yet? I don't see anything fair about a trial anymore. Okay, the capital punishment goes against almost every religion. Not all of them, but almost every. Even though vague and isolated passages of religious texts support the death penalty, almost all religious groups in the United States, I don't know about anywhere else, regard the death penalty as immoral. Yet that's because it is. I'm not going to get into my opinion on that again. Uh, However, I will say that my religion believes fully that it is immoral and that we shouldn't do it. So my religion's part of that group that doesn't believe in it. Millions spent on this immoral death penalty could instead be used on on helping families in need, or the families of murder victims, or both, um, or be put to better use at helping people get homes so they're not homeless, or helping kids that can't eat, all that shit. Bad lawyers are a problem. Most are underpaid and overworked, or lack the experience to be taking on a death penalty trial in the first place. Some lawyers have slept through the trial or arrived under the influence of alcohol. Would you really want these people looking after you in a death penalty trial? I don't think so. I know I wouldn't, and I know that most of the people that I know wouldn't either. These are freaking lawyers that don't have a fucking clue of what they're doing, and the ones that do don't fucking care and show up drunk. So, kind of seems like they're setting up that person to fail anyway, like to go to death anyway. Um, Life without parole is cheaper. Now, I've come across people that say, oh, it's not cheap, it's more expensive than the death penalty. Bullcrap. I have numbers proving otherwise. If. Anyway, life without parole is cheaper to taxpayers and keeps violent criminals off the street. Life without parole also gives ample time to correct mistakes on the court's part, like putting an innocent man to death, or um, the lawyers that slept through the trial or arrived freaking drunk or didn't have enough experience. This gives them, life without parole gives people enough time to prove that they are actually innocent instead of waiting until their fucking death. Because at the end of the day, that ain't gonna fucking do anything. Nobody learns anything from dying. Alright? I've tried to explain this to people. Yes, death penalty sounds all good and well, but at the end of the day, it doesn't teach the criminal anything. All they know is that I get to leave. I don't have to suffer anymore because I'm dead. I'll be dead. I won't have to suffer. I won't have to pay for my crimes anymore. That's basically what it's telling them. That, oh, I killed all these people and they're going to kill me, so I guess that's okay. They die knowing that all these families don't get to see them suffer in prison or hear about them suffering in prison for killing somebody that's close to them. And instead, they get to see them fucking die. They're not learning anything. They just think it's okay to get away with murder, essentially, because that's essentially what it is. They're getting away with murder. They are putting these people to death, and these people know exactly what's going to happen. They know that they're going to die, and they won't have to be held accountable for all the murder that they've done in this life. So, I am very passionate on that. I do not believe in the death penalty. I do not believe in abortion. And to me, the death penalty is lesser of is not the lesser of two evils, because it's just as evil, because it's basically the government's way of murdering somebody and it being legal. So that is my opinion for the day. Hope I didn't bore anybody, even though it's only 8 minutes long, technically going to be 9 in about 2 seconds. So I will see you guys next time.